ازيكم عاملين ايه؟ وحشتوني. ما تنسوش تكتبوا لي comments عن كل حاجة انتم محتاجينها. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, to write comments about all your needs, what you understand, what you don't understand, what you want to understand. It makes me very happy. Last time we talked about how to write a narrative essay or how to write a narrative writing. Today we are going to write or talk about how to write letters, and this what I have received from your comments, so I'm happy to talk about it, how to write a letter. Our letter today, that the topic say that many children in your neighborhood, of course you know what's the meaning of neighborhood, it's the area you live in, use helium balloons in celebrations. Write a letter that you might send to let everyone know about the harms caused by helium balloons. So, my letter talks about the harms of the helium balloons. So, you want to write to people to talk about these harms and warn them from the helium balloons, from the harms of from the harms caused by helium balloons. So before you begin writing, you have to decide on a purpose. You have to decide what you are going to talk about. First of all, you have to know all the harms and write them down in a draft. These are the harms which I'm going to talk about and warn people about it. Your audience, are they grown-up people or adults or kids? In order to choose the language you are going to talk or you are going to use. So my purpose are these harms of the helium balloons, which I'm going to talk about or mention, they are harmful to people or to animals. For example, the harms which I'm going to talk about are the harms that caused by helium balloons to animals. The suggested audience or the people I'm going to talk to are my friends, my teacher, my parents, or my family. So I'm writing this letter to my teachers and my family and my friends. I'm going to ask myself some questions which I need to answer them in my letter to provide these informations to the audience or to the reader. First question, what happens to helium balloons after they are released into the air? A balloon floats up to a height of approximately 5 miles, and then it becomes brittle and shatters into tiny pieces, falling back to earth. And we find these pieces in forests, parks, and playgrounds. So these are the informations which I'm going to provide to people in my letter. Topic, effects of helium balloons on animals. This is my topic, the effects of helium balloons on animals. In my introduction, I'm going to introduce the problem in order to attract the reader to read and understand and know more about the problem. So I have to introduce to him the problem. I have to attract him by giving him a hint about what I'm going to talk about. Question number 1, which I'm going to talk about, what happened to helium balloons after they are released into air. They float up high in the sky and then become brittle and shatter into tiny pieces. These pieces falling back to earth, and we find them in forest parks and playgrounds. So what are the effects or the harms of these if these pieces come back to earth? Number one, some land animals nipple balloons, pits, and shock. So hold tight to balloons. It's the best thing to do so that the earth will be healthier. Effect 2, turtles and whales eat them, thinking they are jellyfish. Of course, it will harm them and may cause death to them. Birds are found with the strings round their necks or legs, so it kills them. So they are harmful to birds, to whales, to sea life, and to the animals of the lands and the wildlife. Okay, now what I'm going to write, or how I'm going to write, the address of the audience, address to whom I am writing to, and the city where this address is, and the state, and then the date of writing this letter. And starting with dear Mr. Ibrahim, dear Mr. Ahmad, dear Mr. whatever. And you will write that the main message is, I'm writing this letter to you because I want you to know more about the effects of helium balloons on animals, and start writing all what we talked about in our brainstorming, the questions that we ask ourselves and answer them to ourselves. We have to write them to the reader now in my letter. And then you end your letter with sincerely yours and write your name. This is the letter. It's very easy, but you have to prepare your answer. You have to prepare your ideas to have a good letter. So you have to write the address, the city, the state, and then the date, and write your letter talking to someone. And then you end it with your beautiful signature and beautiful name. Wishing you all good luck, and hope that if you miss something or you have ideas, please write to me. Waiting for your comments, waiting for your likes, waiting for your beautiful ideas, supporting you, loving you to the end. حبكم بلا حدود. Wish you all the best. Bye bye.